Many people believe that sugar is the greatest enemy of the heart. But what if I told you that some foods are even more dangerous, quietly damaging your arteries every single day? These foods don't look threatening at all. In fact, they show up in almost every American kitchen. From your breakfast table to your late-night snacks, they sit in the pantry, in the fridge, even in those quick, convenient meals you think are harmless. Yet they may be the real reason your blood pressure keeps creeping up, your cholesterol numbers won't drop, and your energy feels lower than it used to. What makes this so serious is that the damage happens slowly, almost invisibly. You don't feel it right away, but over time, these foods wear down the walls of your arteries, inflame your blood vessels, and make your heart work harder just to do its job. It's what I call silent strain. You might not notice it until one day a doctor says you have high cholesterol, or you suddenly feel that tightness in your chest that wasn't there before. In this video, we're going to uncover 9 everyday foods that are far worse for your heart than sugar. Foods that might surprise you because most of them are part of the modern American diet. I'll explain what they do inside your body, how they quietly weaken your heart, and most importantly, what simple swaps can help you reverse that damage and protect your cardiovascular health starting today. If you're over 60, this isn't just information, it's a chance to extend your life with a stronger heart and clearer arteries. Small changes can truly make the difference between years filled with medication and years filled with vitality. By the end of this episode, you'll know which foods to avoid, what to replace them with, and how to help your heart recover naturally, without complicated diets or expensive supplements. So stay with me for the next few minutes. What you'll learn might not only change the way you eat, it could change how long and how well your heart keeps beating for you. Food number 1. Fried foods. Let's start with one of America's favorite ways to cook food, frying. There's no denying it. Fried foods are delicious. That golden crisp, the satisfying crunch, the smell of fried chicken or onion rings can make anyone's mouth water. But for your heart, fried food is like sugar dipped in oil. It creates a sweet illusion of comfort while quietly damaging your arteries on the inside. When oils are heated to very high temperatures, they begin to oxidize. That means they form harmful compounds that inflame the lining of your blood vessels. This inflammation doesn't cause pain right away, but it silently erodes the smooth inner surface of your arteries, making it easier for cholesterol to stick and harder for blood to flow. Over time, this builds up into plaque, which narrows your arteries and raises the risk of heart attack or stroke. Harvard researchers have studied this for years. In one large study, people who ate fried foods more than 3 times a week had up to a 48% higher risk of developing heart disease compared to those who rarely ate them. That's almost half again the risk, just from a cooking method. The reason isn't just the oil itself, but what happens when that oil is reused and reheated. Like in most restaurants or fast food chains, each time the same oil is used, it breaks down further and produces more toxic compounds that stress your cardiovascular system. The heart-healthy swap. Now, here's the good news. You don't need to give up the foods you love. You just need to change how you prepare them. Instead of deep frying, try baking, grilling, or air frying. Baking your chicken in the oven with a light brush of olive oil still gives you that crispy edge without the heavy load of oxidized fat. Grilling adds flavor through smoke and heat, not through oil, and air fryers, which are becoming incredibly popular across American homes, use just a fraction of the oil while keeping that same satisfying texture. The type of oil you use also matters. Replace refined vegetable oils like soybean, canola, or corn oil with extra virgin olive oil. Olive oil is rich in antioxidants that actually protect your arteries rather than inflame them. It's the same oil at the center of the Mediterranean diet, which studies have shown helps reduce heart attacks and stroke significantly. Remember, it's not about perfection, it's about patterns. If you enjoy fried foods occasionally, your body can handle it. But if frying is part of your daily routine, that's when your arteries begin to age faster. Each fried meal adds another small layer of stress that your heart has to work against. So treat fried foods as a special occasion, not a regular habit. Think of it this way. Every time you bake or grill instead of frying, you're giving your arteries a day off. You're giving your heart a chance to breathe easier, to pump smoother, and to keep you active and strong for the years ahead. Food number 2, processed meats: bacon, sausage, ham. For many Americans, especially those over 60, breakfast just doesn't feel complete without a few strips of bacon sizzling in the pan or a couple of sausages on the side of their eggs. It's comforting, familiar, and for many, it's how mornings have started for decades. But here's the hidden truth: that comforting smell of bacon in the air might be quietly aging your arteries. Processed meats like bacon, sausage, and ham are loaded with sodium and preservatives such as nitrates and nitrites. These chemicals are added to preserve flavor and color, but inside the body, they can convert into compounds that inflame and stiffen your blood vessels. Over time, this inflammation damages the delicate lining of your arteries, the very surface that keeps blood flowing smoothly. Once this surface is injured, cholesterol starts to stick, plaque forms, and your arteries slowly harden. The Cleveland Clinic has studied this effect closely. They found that eating just 2 slices of bacon every morning, day after day, for 10 years can raise the risk of heart disease by nearly 20%. That might not sound huge at first, but remember, this isn't about one meal. It's about what happens when the same habit repeats over the years. That small indulgence at breakfast builds up, just like a slow drip of water can eventually carve through stone. The heart-healthy swap. Now, this doesn't mean you can never have bacon again. Life is meant to be enjoyed, and food is part of that joy. What matters is balance and frequency. Think of bacon or sausage as a Sunday treat, something you savor occasionally, not every morning. The rest of the week, give your arteries a break. There are simple, heart-friendly swaps that taste just as satisfying. Grilled turkey bacon is leaner and lower in sodium. Poached or boiled eggs give you protein without the added preservatives. Greek yogurt topped with berries and a drizzle of honey provides a creamy, sweet start. Your body actually benefits from the antioxidants in berries, and the probiotics in yogurt support not only your digestion, but also your vascular health. Here's the bigger picture. Your arteries don't just respond to age, they respond to what you eat every single day. Every salty strip of bacon, every cured sausage, nudges your arteries towards stiffness. Every healthier choice, on the other hand, helps them stay flexible and resilient. Small swaps truly protect big arteries. When you start your morning with foods that nourish rather than inflame, you're not just avoiding disease, you're building a stronger foundation for your heart. You're giving yourself more mornings to wake up feeling energetic, more years to spend doing what you love, and more time to enjoy breakfast with the people who matter most. Food number 3, butter and margarine. Butter has always been part of the American kitchen. A warm piece of toast melting under a pat of butter feels like comfort. And many of us grew up with it as the foundation of home cooking. But for your heart, that creamy richness carries a cost. Butter is made almost entirely of saturated fat, and when consumed in excess, it can drive up your LDL cholesterol, the type that clings to the walls of your arteries like plaque. Over time, those layers of buildup make it harder for your heart to pump blood efficiently, forcing it to work overtime just to keep you going. What makes butter tricky is how easy it is to use too much. A small pat might not seem like much, but a few extra tablespoons in the pan every day quickly add up. Every scoop used for frying eggs, every stick that melts into mashed potatoes, slowly tips the balance toward higher cholesterol and stiffer arteries. Most people don't realize how small shifts in cooking habits can add or subtract years of cardiovascular health. In fact, Harvard's Nurses' Health Study found that replacing butter with olive oil lowered the risk of heart disease by 14%. That's a powerful reminder that even a small, consistent change in your daily fat choices can make a measurable difference for your heart. What about margarine? Now let's talk about margarine, often sold as the healthier alternative. Decades ago, margarine was packed with trans fats, the most harmful kind of fat for your heart. Thankfully, the FDA banned industrial trans fats in 2018, so most margarine on shelves today no longer contains them. But that doesn't automatically make them good for you. Some brands still use hydrogenated oils or artificial additives to improve texture, which can still contribute to inflammation in your blood vessels. The heart-healthy swap. So what's the smarter approach? You don't have to give up flavor to protect your heart. You just need to change where that flavor comes from. Instead of spreading butter on your toast each morning, try avocado spread. Creamy, naturally rich in heart-healthy monounsaturated fats that help lower LDL and boost HDL, the good cholesterol that keeps your arteries clear. Nut butters like almond or cashew offer healthy fats and plant protein that nourish your heart and help keep you full longer. When cooking, switch to extra virgin olive oil. It's full of antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds that directly support blood vessel health. The Mediterranean diet, one of the most studied heart-protective eating patterns in the world, is built around olive oil. It's a perfect example of how the right fats can make your meals flavorful and your heart stronger at the same time. People who cook primarily with olive oil instead of butter or margarine show lower rates of heart disease and longer life expectancy, even when they enjoy their food abundantly. A little butter here and there isn't the enemy. A small pat on your Sunday pancakes won't harm you. What matters is what you do most of the time. If butter is your main cooking fat, your arteries will feel it. But if olive oil, avocado, and nuts take center stage, your heart will thank you. So remember, the issue isn't cutting flavor, it's changing the source of flavor. When you swap saturated fat for healthy fat, you're not just changing ingredients, you're changing your future. Every small choice in your kitchen today adds up to a stronger, healthier heart tomorrow. Food number 4, refined cooking oils and fast food. Let's take a closer look at something almost everyone uses in their kitchen: cooking oil. Oils like canola, soybean, and corn oil are common in nearly every American home. They're affordable, easy to cook with, and often labeled as heart-friendly. And it's true, when used correctly, these oils can be part of a balanced diet. The real problem starts when they're overheated or reused over and over again, like in deep fryers or restaurant kitchens. When these oils are exposed to high heat repeatedly, they begin to break down and form harmful compounds called aldehydes. Aldehydes are highly reactive molecules that can damage the cells lining your heart and blood vessels. Over time, this damage builds up, creating inflammation and oxidative stress that silently push your arteries towards stiffness and plaque buildup. It's one of those small, invisible processes that doesn't hurt at first, but accumulates year after year. Think about it. This is the same kind of oil used in many roadside diners and fast food chains across America. It makes those fries and onion rings taste amazing at first. But that heavy, sluggish feeling you get afterward isn't just in your stomach. It's your body responding to inflammation that starts inside your blood vessels. The fast food problem. Now, fast food takes this problem to another level. Most fast foods are cooked in reused oils, often several times a day, which means the aldehyde content is already sky high by the time it reaches your plate. On top of that, those meals are packed with refined carbohydrates, sugars, and sodium, an inflammatory cocktail that taxes your heart from multiple angles. Many people over 60 think, it's just a quick burger and fries. What harm can it do? The truth is, that single meal isn't the issue. It's when that quick meal becomes a weekly routine that the harm starts to add up. Each serving of fried food, salty fries, or processed buns triggers a small wave of inflammation. One meal might not leave a mark, but dozens, hundreds over the years slowly reshape the inside of your arteries. Studies show that frequent fast food consumption raises LDL cholesterol, lowers HDL, and increases blood pressure, forming the perfect storm for heart disease. The heart-healthy swap. The good news is that you're not powerless. The simplest and most effective way to reduce these risks is to take control of your cooking. Home cooking gives you control over your ingredients, your oil, and your salt. When you cook at home, you decide how fresh the oil is, how much salt goes in, and how the food is prepared. Even small steps make a real difference. Grill instead of fry, roast vegetables instead of deep frying them, choose fresh herbs instead of heavy sauces, and when you do eat out, look for options that protect your heart. Choose grilled sandwiches, not fried ones. Order baked potatoes or side salads instead of fries. It might sound simple, but these swaps lower inflammation, stabilize your cholesterol, and support your arteries with every meal. Every plate you fill is a choice between inflammation or protection, between stress or support for your heart. By cooking at home, choosing grilled over fried, and using oils the right way, you're not just eating better. You're giving your heart the daily care it deserves. Each meal becomes an act of prevention, a quiet way of saying thank you to the heart that's been working for you every moment of your life. Food. Number 5, commercial peanut butter. Let's talk about the foods that sneak into your daily life, the ones that seem perfectly harmless, maybe even healthy, but quietly work against your heart. These aren't the deep-fried meals or the sugary desserts you know you should limit. These are everyday items sitting right in your kitchen pantry, the ones we reach for without a second thought. Let's start with something you probably have in your cupboard right now: peanut butter. For decades, peanut butter has been seen as a staple of the American diet. It's packed with protein, it's convenient, and it reminds many of us of childhood sandwiches. But not all peanut butters are created equal. The commercial versions that line grocery store shelves often contain more than just peanuts. Many of them include hydrogenated oils. Those are trans fats that help keep the peanut butter creamy and shelf stable. But inside your body, they act like slow poison for your arteries. Trans fats are known to raise LDL cholesterol, the bad kind, and lower HDL, the good kind that protects your arteries. That imbalance is what triggers inflammation and encourages fatty buildup in your blood vessels. Even though the FDA has banned industrial trans fats, small amounts can still appear in some processed foods. The heart-healthy swap. So when you pick up a jar, flip it around and check the label. The best kind of peanut butter should have only 2 ingredients: peanuts and salt. That's it. Nothing hydrogenated, nothing artificial. Natural peanut butter may separate a little in the jar, but that's a good sign. It means it's real. Stir it up and enjoy it with apple slices, whole grain toast, or celery sticks. Your heart will thank you. Food number 6, store-bought broth. Now let's move to another pantry favorite: store-bought broth. For people who love cooking soups or stews, broth is the foundation of flavor. It's convenient, it's quick, and it saves time. But most commercial broths are loaded with sodium, sometimes over 800 milligrams in just 1 cup. That's more than 1/3 of your recommended daily limit in a single serving. Too much sodium causes your body to retain water, which raises blood pressure and forces your heart to pump harder. Over time, this constant pressure can weaken your heart muscle and damage blood vessels. The heart-healthy swap. The alternative is simple, and honestly, much tastier. Make your own broth at home. A homemade broth simmered with chicken bones, fresh vegetables, onions, garlic, and parsley is naturally rich in minerals, low in sodium, and full of flavor. Plus, you control what goes into it. You can even make a large batch and freeze portions for later use. That way, when you need a quick soup or sauce, you've got a heart-healthy base ready to go. It's one of the easiest ways to protect your heart while upgrading the flavor of your meals. Food number 7, microwave popcorn. And finally, let's talk about microwave popcorn. Popcorn by itself is actually a healthy whole grain, packed with fiber and antioxidants. The problem isn't the corn, it's what gets added to it. Many commercial microwave popcorns are coated with artificial butter flavors, refined oils, and excessive salt. Years ago, the inner linings of microwave popcorn bags contained a chemical called PFOA, a compound linked to inflammation and hormonal imbalance. Thankfully, most US brands have phased it out, but that doesn't mean all popcorn is safe for your heart. The flavored varieties can still pack a dangerous punch of sodium and unhealthy fats that raise blood pressure and cholesterol. The heart-healthy swap. The solution is simple and satisfying. Make your popcorn the old-fashioned way, on the stove or in an air popper. Use a teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil. Toss it with a sprinkle of rosemary, garlic powder, or even a touch of sea salt if you like. You'll get all the crunch and flavor without the chemicals or trans fats. It's a snack you can actually feel good about sharing with your grandkids on movie night. The key takeaway. Here's the key idea. The healthiest foods are often the simplest ones, made at home with ingredients you can pronounce. When you take a little time to cook for yourself, you're not just feeding your body, you're protecting your arteries, lowering inflammation, and strengthening your heart with every bite. Small, mindful choices in the kitchen can make a lifetime of difference. Closing thoughts. Your heart doesn't grow weak overnight. It happens gradually, meal by meal, choice by choice. The foods we've talked about today don't cause instant harm, but they slowly wear down your arteries, inflame your blood vessels, and make it harder for your heart to keep up with you as the years go by. The good news is that your body is remarkably resilient. The moment you start making better choices, even small ones, your heart begins to repair itself. Your arteries can become more flexible, your blood pressure can settle, and your energy can return. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet or chase perfection. Just start with the next meal. Swap the frying pan for the oven. Replace processed snacks with something fresh. Use olive oil instead of refined oils. Choose foods that come from the earth, not from a factory. The closer your meals are to their natural form, the better your heart will feel. Every change counts, no matter how small. Maybe it's skipping bacon tomorrow morning. Maybe it's choosing grilled fish instead of fried chicken, or making your own soup instead of pouring one from a box. Each of these decisions adds up to stronger arteries, steadier energy, and more time to live the life you love. If you want to take this journey a step further, I'd like to invite you to join me in the next video, where I'll share the top 10 foods that naturally heal and protect your arteries. Foods that don't just prevent damage, but actually help your heart recover. So if you're ready to keep your heart strong, type yes in the comments below, because every choice you make at the table today is a gift to your heart tomorrow. And the best part, it's never too late to start giving that gift to yourself. Thank you for watching. I'm Dr. Eric Berg, and I'll see you in the next video.